This is problem 8 from the Chapter 9 closure packet. Graph the system of inequalities. Y is less than x squared. Y is greater than or equal to x plus 2. So the first one's going to be a parabola. The second one is going to be a line. So let's make a table for the parabola. Okay, so I'm going to go from -2 to +2. Okay, and then since my kind of equation, I'm going to pretend this is an equation right now, pretend that's an equal sign. It's just x squared, it's the quantity squared. So -2 times -2 is +4. -1 times -1 is +1. 0 times 0 is 0. 1 times 1 is 1. 2 times 2 is 4. We're going to plot those points. I don't connect them yet. We have to decide how we connect them. So there's my points for my parabola. So I need to decide how I connect them based on this inequality up here. Since it's just a less than symbol and not an equal to underneath it, I'm going to connect it with a dotted or dashed line. Okay. So here we go. And I'm still going to put arrows on the ends because it keeps going, but that dashed lines means I cannot include anything on the parabola. Okay. So when I test an area to decide where I shade it, I can't use the point 0, 0 because that's on the parabola. I cannot use the point 1, 1 because that's on the parabola. Let's use a point 2, 0. That would be right here. So I'm going to use that point 2, 0. X is 2, y is 0. So I'm going to plug those in to the first inequality up here. So instead of y, I have 0 is less than 2 squared. And we're going to decide if that's true. 0 less than 4. That's a true statement, yes. So I'm going to shade where the point 2, 0 is compared to the parabola. Okay, so I have some colored pencils here to hopefully make it easier for you to see. So I'm going to shade on the outside of the parabola. Okay, if you don't have colored pencils, some kids in class were doing shade it just like this, and then for the other one just draw some like straight lines. That's pretty light, but hopefully you can see that. So you can just draw some like straight lines like this, like sharp lines, and then have squiggles for the other part so you can see where they cross. Because what you want to eventually see is where both of the colors or both of the shadings cross. That's the real solution. Alright, so the next one is a line. I have a starting value at 2. My slope is the number in front of x, which is a 1. So my starting value is 2. Slope is a +1. I'm going to go up 1 to the right 1. Down 1 to the left 1. Down 1 to the left 1. Now I'm going to connect that with a straight line because this is an equal to right here. So it means a straight line, sorry, not necessarily a straight line. It's going to be a straight line, but it's going to be a solid line is what I meant by that. Solid line. We're going to still put arrows on the end of it. Okay? Straight line is just because it's a line, but solid line because it's an equal to. All right, let's test this area. So I'm going to use 0, 0 on this one because that's not a point on the line, right? All of these points that I just plotted, those I'm not allowed to plug in because it wouldn't really help you. So let's plug in 0, 0. 0 for x, 0 for y to the second inequality. 0 is greater than or equal to 0 plus 2. Is 0 greater than or equal to 2? No, right? 2 is bigger than 0, not 0 bigger than 2. So not true, so I'm not going to shade where 0, 0 is compared to the line. So compared to the line, 0, 0 is down here. I'm going to shade above that. So I'm going to do that in orange. Hopefully that will be helpful. So everywhere above the line. Okay. So the area where both of my shadings cross, if I go over in the blue a little bit darker where it was, which was the outside of the parabola, you can see where they cross. Okay? It's actually in 2 spots. I don't really have another colored pencil. I'm just going to circle or color with my pencil actually where they both are covered. So this one you can probably see. This is on the left side. All of that is double shaded, so make sure I can see that that's double shaded because that's really what we want. We want our solution. And there's also a second little spot all this stuff should be colored in. There's a second little spot in this area right here. So make sure you make your graph extend long enough, especially when you're doing the lines. Don't just do like 2 or 3 points. Make sure you go the whole length of that graph there, so you can see if there's more than one spot where they overlap. So these 2 spots mean if you plug in a point from there, it would satisfy both of these inequalities. Okay, so that's how we shade, and that's how we graph a system of inequalities.